Hello, entrepreneurs. My name is Galia Aharoni Schmidt. I am owner and attorney at Aharoni Business Law, a law firm based in Oakland, California, where we help small businesses protect their stuff. So today I wanted to talk to you about trademarks. A lot of the questions people come to me with about trademarks is I have this brand that identifies my company. How do I prevent other people from using my brand name or my logo or my slogan, whatever it is? So, the biggest misunderstanding that people have about trademark law is it's actually not to protect you, the business owner, from people stealing your mark. The whole point of trademark law is actually to protect the consumer. The government wants the consumer to know that the goods or services that they're trying to buy are coming from the place that they think it's coming from. So the government wants to know that if I'm in the grocery store and I want to buy a Coca-Cola, that the thing in the Coca-Cola bottle is actually a Coca-Cola from the Coca-Cola company and not some knockoff that's trying to take my money by using unfairly someone else's mark and brand that they created. So the entire body of trademark law is about that. It's trying to prevent the customer from being confused. So you can protect your mark from people who are using your mark in a way that customers might be confused, but you can't protect someone else from using your mark if there's no way that a customer would be confused, like if their business is in a totally different place or doing a totally different thing from you. So basically, the three things you need to get trademark protection on a mark. First of all, the mark itself has to be distinctive. So, for example, if an Apple company wanted to have the brand name Apple, they're not going to be able to do this. It's just describing the product that they have. And the government doesn't want to let you do that, partly because they don't want other Apple companies to not be able to use the word Apple when they're trying to sell their apples, right? But if the word Apple is attached to a tech company that has nothing to do with actual apples, it's a very distinctive, unique name, and they're going to be able to get the mark on that. So, kind of the weirder, the better. So, made up words, definitely good to go. Words that have nothing to do with the name of what you're doing, usually good to go. The more distinctive it is, the easier time you're going to have getting that mark, trademark protected. The second thing the mark needs to do is actually identify the brand. So most of the time we're talking about things like names or logos, but it can also be things like sounds or like colors even have been trademarked, like Tiffany blue and UPS brown. And packaging can be trademarked, and even architecture can be trademarked. So anything that actually is identifying that this thing is coming from this company can be used as a trademark. So even, for example, the shape of a glass Coca-Cola bottle, you don't even have to see the label of the bottle to know that that's a Coke. And so that's why it's so affiliated with their brand that it can be counted as a trademark. So for most people's purposes, though, we're talking about names and logos. And the third thing is the mark has to be used in interstate commerce. So that means, across state lines, you are actually in business, you are actually selling something to people. So this is the one that a lot of people have the most trouble with when trying to get trademark protection, because someone will just buy a domain name or get themselves business cards and say, I'm in business, I'm using this name. That stuff doesn't count yet. The government wants to see actual business being done before you're going to start using the mark. So if that's something you have a question about, that's a good one to talk to a lawyer about. The cool part is, though, if you have all three of those hit, then you get automatic trademark protection in the law, even if you don't register your mark. So if you have the mark and it's distinctive and it's identifying your brand and it's being used in commerce, then someone else comes along and tries to use your mark or a very similar mark in a way that might confuse customers. So it's the same kind of company, or they're just right down the street in a way that people might be confused. You can totally stop them. You can say, hey, this is my mark. I was using it first. And it belongs to me, and our customers are going to be confused, and you have to stop. So you can send a cease and desist letter, you can talk to them, whatever you need to do. You have the right to stop them. If you want even more protection than that, you have the option of registering your mark with the federal government, or the states also have individual registers too, but the federal government gives you more protection. So again, they're going to look for all three of those factors. And it gives you, what that gives you is just some extra presumptions in the law. Basically, it makes it easier for you to win if you are ever in a conflict with someone. But registering is long and expensive and complicated, and sometimes can backfire and make you lose a mark that maybe would have gone under the radar otherwise. So when you are deciding whether or not to register, that's a really good time, again, to go to an expert who deals with registration of trademarks, can walk you through the whole analysis of whether your mark is good and whether it's worth registering and what your likelihood of success is to register. Because sometimes it's not worth it, but sometimes it definitely is. So make sure to talk to an expert if you have more questions about trademarks. And if you want to learn more, we are actually putting out a 9-part series that's going into more detail about everything I just talked about here today, everything about trademarks and when you get it and how to register and whether to register and how to protect your brand. So if you want to follow that, those are going to be coming out every Tuesday and Thursday for the next few weeks after we put up this video. You can find those articles on our website. And you can also follow all of our social media to stay up to date on when each article is released. So in the meantime, feel free to like and subscribe this channel to stay up to date on our videos, or visit our website. You can sign up for our newsletter there, or find the links to our social media to stay posted on our free articles and videos that we post to let you know what's going on in your business. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.